Hey, wake up! A brand new Caitlin Clark workout video just dropped.
Oh, yeah. So different. I'm a fan of them.
The NBA All-Star Weekend might be about to witness something unprecedented, the hottest name in basketball.
Porter is there. He is ready to take Caitlin Clark's game to the next level. They're working on a lot of finishes in this video, a lot of finishes at the rim, and maybe some different finishes that we didn't see from her in the 2024 season. Now, Coach KP told me that one of his goals for Caitlin was just to expand her bag. So no matter what defense is thrown at her, she has something.
The basketball world is buzzing with what could be one of the most significant announcements in recent memory. Multiple sources, including NBA insider Shams Charania, have reported ongoing discussions about Caitlin Clark joining the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities. This isn't just another exhibition game announcement. This is potentially a watershed moment for basketball. The proposed format would pair Clark with WNBA star Sabrina Ionescu to take on the legendary Splash Brothers Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Think about the magnitude of this matchup. On one side, you have two of the most revolutionary shooters in NBA history. On the other, you have the future of women's basketball, including the most talked about college player in recent memory.
That it doesn't matter what the defense does. And he wants other teams to feel like they're just going to have to accept getting buckets from Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark wants to drop 20 or 30 a game, they're just going to have to accept that because there's not much they can do to stop her. So the face guards, the full court press, the double teams,
Let's talk about why this matters so much right now. Caitlin Clark isn't just having a good season, she's rewriting the record book. She's breaking scoring records that have stood for decades, and she's doing it with a style and flair that's captured the attention of basketball fans everywhere. Her games are drawing record viewership numbers, often outperforming NBA games in the same time slots. The timing of this announcement couldn't be more perfect. Clark is coming off a practice session where she shot an astounding 50 for 54 from three-point range. This wasn't just any workout, this was NBA range, the exact kind of shooting she'd need to showcase in the All-Star competition. The footage of this session has already gone viral, with basketball analysts and fans alike marveling at her consistency and range.
And one thing that I also have noticed about these workouts is they are full speed. I didn't get to ask Coach, I probably should have, how long these workouts actually go for. I would imagine that these workouts are an hour to 90 minutes.
What makes this particularly interesting is how it bridges different eras and styles of basketball. Curry and Thompson revolutionized the game with their three-point shooting, fundamentally changing how basketball is played at all levels. Now we're seeing that influence manifest in players like Clark and Ionescu, who grew up watching the Splash Brothers and incorporated that long-range shooting into their own game.
Clark is putting in a lot of off-season work on different aspects of her game. We actually haven't seen that much three-point shooting from her in these off-season workouts. However, with it getting closer to NBA All-Star, these were spot-up shots. And I know she didn't have the rack out there, but I guarantee you that she is preparing for this.
The Bay Area location adds another layer of significance to this potential matchup. This is where the Splash Brothers made their legend, where they won championships and changed the game. Now they'll potentially face this new generation of shooters on their home turf. The symbolism couldn't be more perfect. The torchbearers of the three-point revolution facing off against the next evolution of shooting excellence. But Clark, this represents an unprecedented opportunity. No player has ever received this kind of attention before, even playing their first professional game. But Clark isn't just any player. She's consistently shown she can rise to big moments, and this would be the biggest stage yet. The NBA All-Star Weekend has been looking for something to recapture its magic, and this could be exactly what it needs. A preparation for this event is already evident in Clark's training. Recent workout videos show her focusing specifically on quick-release shots and NBA range three. As her trainer has mentioned, expanding her range and adding new dimensions to her game. This isn't just about preparing for the WNBA, it's about being ready for moments like this. Sabrina Ionescu's presence in this potential matchup is equally significant. She's already proven she can compete at the NBA level, having participated in last year's three-point contest and choosing to shoot from the NBA line despite being offered the WNBA distance. Her partnership with Clark could create a dynamic duo that challenges the established greatness of the Splash Brothers. The NBA's marketing team clearly understands what they have here with Clark's unprecedented popular. She's Times Athlete of the Year and has broken countless NCAA records. This could be a ratings bonanza. The NBA All-Star Weekend has seen declining interest in recent years, but this matchup has the potential to draw viewers from all corners of the basketball world. This isn't just about entertainment value, though. This is about legitimacy and recognition. Having Clark and Iancu compete directly against NBA stars sends a powerful message about the level of skill in women's basketball. It's not about comparing men's and women's basketball, it's about celebrating excellence in the sport regardless of gender. The technical aspects of this potential matchup are fascinating. Both teams bring different strengths to the table. Curry and Thompson have unmatched experience and proven consistency in high-press situations. Clark and Ionescu bring a fresh energy and a style of play that's been influenced by watching the Splash Brothers but has evolved into something uniquely their own. For the NBA, this represents a bold step forward in promoting basketball as a unified sport. Adam Silver has consistently shown willingness to innovate and break down traditional barriers. This potential matchup aligns perfectly with that vision, creating a moment that could transcend traditional basketball demographics. The reaction from the basketball community has been overwhelmingly positive. Players from both the NBA and WNBA have expressed excitement about the possibility. Social media is already buzzing with predictions and analysis. This kind of universal interest demonstrates the broad appeal of this potential matchup. Looking at the numbers, Clark's shooting statistics are remarkable. She's not just making threes, she's making them from NBA range and beyond. Her recent practice session, where she went 50 for 54, wasn't a fluke. It's representative of the kind of shooter she is. This level of accuracy combined with her range makes her a legitimate competitor in this format. The competition would also showcase different shooting styles. Curry and Thompson are known for their quick releases and ability to shoot off movement. Clark and Ionescu bring their own unique mechanics and shooting rhythms. Seeing these different approaches side by side would be fascinating for basketball purists and casual fans alike. The potential inclusion of Caitlin Clark in the NBA All-Star Weekend represents more than just an exciting shooting competition. It's a pivotal moment that could reshape how basketball is viewed and marketed. Let's break down exactly what this means for the future of the sport and why it matters beyond just one weekend of competition. First, let's talk about the format implications. The NBA has been looking for ways to refresh the All-Star Weekend format for years. Viewership has been declining, and the traditional contests haven't generated the same excitement they once did. This potential matchup offers something genuinely new and compelling: the idea of top WNBA talent competing directly against NBA stars creates natural drama and interest that doesn't feel forced or gimmicky. The timing of this couldn't be better for women's basketball as a whole. The WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth with rising viewership numbers and increasing media coverage. Clark's arrival in the league is already one of the most anticipated debuts in sports history, having her compete in the NBA All-Star Weekend before her first WNBA game adds another layer of anticipation and exposure. The commercial implications are significant. Clark has already proven to be a marketing powerhouse, drawing record crowds and television audiences at the college level. Her ability to attract viewers who might not typically watch basketball makes her incredibly valuable to broadcasters and sponsors. This all-star appearance would give both the NBA and WNBA a chance to showcase their product to a broader audience from a technical basketball perspective. This competition could also influence how young players approach the game. The shooting abilities of all four participants, Clark, Ionescu, Curry, and Thompson, represent the evolution of basketball toward a more perimeter-oriented game. Seeing them compete head-to-head could inspire the next generation of players to push their range even further. The social media impact cannot be understated. Clark's games already generate massive engagement online, with clips of her long-range shots regularly going viral. Combining her social media appeal with the NBA's global platform could create unprecedented online buzz. The potential for viral moments and social media discussion is enormous, especially given the cross-demographic appeal of this matchup. Looking at the competition structure itself, there are interesting possibilities for how this could be formatted. Traditional three-point contests follow a specific pattern, but this special matchup might warrant some creative adjustments. Perhaps incorporating some of Clark's signature moves like her logo three could add another element of excitement. The key would be finding a format that showcases each participant's unique strengths while maintaining competitive balance. The venue choice of the Bay Area adds another fascinating layer. This is where Curry and Thompson built their legacy, but it's also a market that has strongly supported women's basketball. The Chase Center crowd would likely create an electric atmosphere appreciating both the hometown heroes and the new generation of shooting stars. This event could also serve as a template for future cross-gender competitions in basketball. If successful, it might open the door for other creative matchups that showcase basketball skill regardless of gender. The focus on shooting a purely technical skill makes it an ideal format for this kind of groundbreaking event. From a broadcast perspective, this has the potential to draw massive ratings. Clark's college games have already broken viewership records, and combining her appeal with the NBA's global reach could result in unprecedented numbers for an all-star weekend event. The storytelling possibilities for broadcasters are rich. The established legends versus the rising stars, the old guard versus the new generation. The impact on youth basketball could be particularly significant. Seeing female and male basketball stars competing on equal footing sends a powerful message to young players of all genders. It reinforces the idea that basketball skill isn't gender-specific, and that excellence should be celebrated regardless of who demonstrates it. For Clark personally, this represents a unique opportunity to establish herself at the professional level before even playing her first WNBA game. Her recent shooting display in practice, 50 for 54 from three, suggests she's more than ready for this kind of challenge. It's also worth noting that Clark has consistently risen to big moments throughout her career. This would be her biggest stage, yet the technical preparation for this event would be fascinating to witness. Both teams would likely approach it differently. Curry and Thompson have years of experience in three-point competitions and know how to pace themselves. Clark and Ionescu might bring fresh energy and potentially some new approaches to the format. Looking at the broader basketball landscape, this event could help bridge the perceived gap between men's and women's basketball. It's not about comparing the overall games, it's about celebrating specific skills that transcend gender divisions. The ability to shoot from long range is universal, and this competition would highlight that fact. The potential for future collaborations between the NBA and WNBA is another exciting aspect to consider. If this event is successful, it could lead to more creative crossover events that benefit both leagues. The NBA's resources and platform combined with the WNBA's growing popularity could create compelling content that appeals to all basketball fans. The practice footage we've seen from Clark suggests she's taking this opportunity very seriously. Her workouts have increasingly focused on NBA range shots and quick release techniques, exactly what she'd need for this kind of competition. This isn't just about participating, she's clearly preparing to compete and win. The physical preparation aspect of this competition brings up some fascinating technical considerations that haven't been widely discussed. One key factor is the adjustment to the NBA ball. While the size difference between the WNBA and NBA ball is minimal, 28.5 in versus 29.5 in circumference, the shooting mechanics need subtle adjustments. Clark and Ionescu would need to adapt their release points and grip slightly, which could affect shooting rhythm in a high-press situation. This brings up an interesting training challenge. How do you prepare for a one-off event that uses different equipment than what you normally use? Reports suggest Clark has already been incorporating NBA balls into some of her training sessions, particularly during those viral shooting displays. This kind of detail-oriented preparation shows she's taking a professional approach to what many might view as just an exhibition event. The fatigue factor is another interesting consideration. The three-point contest format is uniquely challenging because it requires sustained shooting over a short period, something very different from game situations. Curry and Thompson have years of experience managing their energy through the competition's format. For Clark and Ionescu, developing that specific endurance while maintaining accuracy would be crucial. Recent practice footage shows Clark working specifically on rapid-fire shooting drills, suggesting she's already preparing for this aspect. This kind of meticulous preparation and attention to technical detail adds another layer to the story. It's not just about the spectacle of the competition, it's about elite athletes adapting and preparing for a unique challenge. This approach to preparation could set a new standard for how cross-gender competitions are approached in the future. We are potentially about to witness one of the most significant moments in basketball history. If you want to stay updated on this developing story and get all the latest on Caitlin Clark's journey to both the WNBA and potentially the NBA All-Star Weekend, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop your predictions in the comments. Could Clark and Ionescu outshoot the Splash Brothers? Slam that like button if you're as excited as we are for this historic possibility.